Hi and welcome back to Knights HQ podcast, brought to you by Maxwell Recruitment and Training. Maxwell provides labour hire and apprenticeships for all of the region's best manufacturing, mining services, engineering trades and construction work sites. Matt, did you know that Maxwell is currently recruiting 2024 apprentices?
I do now.
So if you're a hard-working school leaver or experienced in the industry already, you can register your interest now. Jump onto the Maxwell website or give them a call. I've already kind of just introduced him, but the big fella's back, Matt Croker.
Yeah, sorry I had to miss last week. It was a bit crook, that bloody flu's going around, but I'm very excited. I was never going to miss today's one. In light of Beanie for Brain Cancer round, we got the great Mark Hughes on. How you going, Booze? You right?
Croaks, JJ, great to be on, fellas.
Thanks for coming on, mate. I know you've had a stacked day, and I know you've got a really, really big week coming up, and for you to jump on here with us, just means the world.
Oh, yeah, it has been a big week, so nothing too hard-hitting. We
just have fun on it. That's what we do. We just have fun.
Out of everything you do this week, I reckon this is definitely top 3.
Yeah, we just have to, stuff all the Fox League, stuff all the radio, mate.
This is the big stuff.
Yeah, John Laws.
Brush him. Lawsy, my old boy listens to Lawsy.
Yeah,
every day, does it? Yeah.
But they're actually, I think the gold microphones are coming. They're in the budget.
They're plastic.
Us and Lawsy, we're on the same paycheck anyway. But how are you, mate? How's this week been? It's been
amazing, Croaks. It's just a huge week. Everywhere I look, there's support. You drive around the streets of Newcastle, there's Beanies.
Yeah.
The club, the Knights are right behind us all the way, and just I've got a small team of the Mark Hughes Foundation. We work so hard, and this is like our grand final week.
Yeah.
And, it's overwhelming, the support.
I'll tell you something that's funny about the beanies, right, Booze, is I was just at Subway just before, and I had my beanie on, and I seen another bloke with the beanie, and whenever you're around town and you see someone, it's just sort of that, like,
you're a club.
You just go
and you go, we're all in this together, eh? It's so good. Is that what it feels like?
Yeah, it's like a club.
Yeah.
I hear people say that, we're at snow skiing, and everyone had the beanies on them. We looked at each other and we felt connected, and that's a really nice thing. So, it's interesting when you see people, and now and again, because I just always feel like I need to thank them. So often I'll just tap someone on the shoulder. Thanks for wearing the beanie, mate.
Oh, mate,
nice.
That's so good.
I've had the odd people look at me saying, "Who's this weird?"
Who's this bloke think he is? Oh, that's good. That's good, mate.
Hey, Mark, look, the foundation started in 2014. I think it was 2022, you said the foundation announced that they'd raised about $30 million up until that point. Yeah. Where are we at now? What's the number now?
Yeah, it's been an amazing journey, starting right here in Newcastle, and from there, when the NRL took over 7 years ago, as far as the Beanie for Brain Cancer, that just took it to new levels. We just went on a different sphere. So, that we could never have probably dreamt of that going that well. So, we've raised over 30 million, right? It's a lot of money.
Yeah.
We've put a lot of we've got brain cancer care nurses across New South Wales, regional New South Wales, who are doing a super job. But our main focus is the research. Yeah. It's not exciting, but it's got to be done. We just got to find the answers. So it takes a lot of work. We've got the MHF Brain Cancer Centre at the University of Newcastle now, and we're building the team around that. And we had 100 researchers all under the one roof a month ago, and I addressed the group. I said, I'm a team player. I'm from team sport. We need to be a team. To beat this opponent, we need a team, not individuals. Yeah. Let's collaborate, share ideas, because we're all connected now right across Australia, because they're not all from Newcastle, of course. I think the penny dropped that it's going to take a team to cure brain cancer, so that's what we're doing.
It must be like a surreal feeling to know that it come from something that you and your wife started, and now there's a $25 million research centre in the University of Newcastle helping to research brain cancer. From humble beginnings like that must be.
Yeah, it is. Just from an idea. I had my it's funny. I had my close footy mates around me, my family when it all started. Yeah, they believed in it straight away, and they've been there the whole way, and it's been a special ride. But it's not job done.
Exactly.
It's like we've made the semis, I guess. We've snuck into the 8, but we need to win that premiership. Until I get that cure or better outcomes, there's no popping champagne corks.
So while we're on the footy topic, let's just rewind. So we're going to park all that Mark Hughes, the foundation chat, and we're going to play a bit of a game. And we played this with Bedsy actually. When Bedsy was on, and it's a little segment called Guess That Game. So me and Jay were going to rattle off some hints from a game that throughout your career, they're pretty big ones.
Yeah.
I'll go first, Croaks. You can go game two.
You start then.
Mate, the first clue. So you just buzz in whenever you think you know what it is.
Yeah, got 6 clues.
Yep.
I get 6 clues.
Yeah.
So the first clue is Mal Reilly was the coach at the time.
Okay, you got that.
Yeah, it doesn't really sum it down.
But it helps.
It helps.
Matt Gidley, Leo Denver were the halves pairing.
Yeah.
The opposition are no longer in the NRL, but their city does have a team. And you scored a try.
West.
Close. The game was played on the Gold Coast.
Gold Coast.
That
was at my debut game.
Yes.
Yeah. So, that was up in Gold Coast. Yeah. So that would have been 97.
Yeah. You fix that, Jay.
Yeah.
But back then, Booze, what was it like getting told that you're debuting? Because now there's a real big song and dance about it, and rightfully so. It's a big thing.
Yeah.
But you hear about people saying back in the day that you just sort of tapped on the shoulder and it's ready to go sort of thing. Was it like that?
Well, a little bit. I mean, we used to play reserve grade and then there'd be 6 or 8 of us sitting on the bench.
Yeah.
Nursing our bruises from reserve grade.
Getting ready,
we're going to get
ready to play first.
Yeah, like stepping up another level with carrying a few bruises. So it was interesting, and you'd be sitting on there wondering if you're going to get on. And I remember one game at Newcastle in 97, I'd played reserve grade, and then we were playing North Sydney, and Darren Albert got frostbite. Like it was that cold and wet. He got that cold, and so I had to go on. Yeah, so that's just maybe confirms that sometimes wingers don't do much. I don't know. Albie was a winger, and a very fast one at that, mind you.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that was interesting. Yeah, so that's how you'd ease your way into first grade. Is you play reserve grade, and then I still remember getting told my starting game Friday night against the Roosters, but I can't remember any like ceremony.
Like no jersey presentation.
I can't. And there's certainly no stitching on my jersey. My jersey would have been a 4XL. That's what it was like back then. Sometimes you'd make a break and someone was 10 metres away, but they grabbed the jersey.
You feel like you had a parachute behind you. Game 2, Matt.
Yeah, because that was 97, and then he's obviously went on to win the GF. Did you ever sort of think it was going to end that way? Like when you're just so young and you don't.
Just happy to be there. Yeah. Overwhelmed to be there amongst all these players. A lot of them I knew from like they started the club in '88.
Yep.
So just to be there was thrilling.
Just a side question, sorry, Booze. How many games did you play when you won the '97 grand final?
I think I was about my 10th or 12th game.
Jesus.
Yeah, wow.
So
crazy.
It was good timing.
Yeah.
And then like Mark Blanville was on his last game for the club, So that's just and Paul Harrigan had toiled for 10 years and Tony Butterfield and those types of guys. So they all so for blokes like myself, Adam McDougall, Owen Craigie, just sort of walked into this amazing environment.
OC was on last week. It was good at AJ.
Yeah, it was great. It was great to have Owen here. Yeah.
All right, game 2 here, Booze. This match is played at the old Marathon Stadium across the road in front of 18,000 Novocastrians in 01. Okay, Michael Hagan is the coach of the Knights. Tamana Tahu scores a double, while Paul Bowman is the opposition captain. That might help you a bit.
Yep.
You score a hat-trick from fullback, and that is the 3rd of your career up until that point.
Yep.
And the match forms part of an 8-game winning streak during the regular season of 01. Do you remember who you were versed on that day?
Yeah, so we're up against the Cowboys.
Yes, Booze. Bit of a legendary game.
I reckon I'd just come out of I played Origin the game before that and come back into club land and with confidence, I guess. And, scored 3 tries against the Cows. And, we went on a bit of a run and on our way to a premiership.
Back then, sorry, JJ, I said there was 18,000 at Old Marathon. I couldn't imagine it would have held many more because that would have been before that second stadium was built, was it?
So in the early days, they used to squeeze 30,000 in.
Yeah, right.
So I don't think there was much occupational health and safety.
COVID.
There was. I know there was just lots of hill, but they would squeeze them.
Yeah, right.
They would squeeze them.
That would have looked so good because you still see the hill shots nowadays, and you just go there
special
because it looks like there's more than there. It's just.
I loved when we'd score a try. And I'd be walking back and I'd be putting my place ready for them to kick off. I'd be on the sideline and the hill were having fun and they're yelling and give us a wave and and everyone would cheer. Just good fun. And I just knew that if I wasn't playing for the Knights, that's where I'd be.
Gotcha.
Couldn't agree more.
Yeah.
What was that run like too? That eight game streak in 01. Did everything just feel like it was clicking along and just everyone was just knew their role, and it was just we couldn't really put a foot wrong, I guess, in that sort of era and that that space of that season. Yeah,
well, I think from memory, Ben Kennedy went on a really big run.
Yeah,
for that back half of 2001, along with Joey, of course, and then you got Denny Badiris at hooker, and a bit of a perfect storm. You got like Tamana.
Yeah.
Matt Gids, then you had Dukes. We just had a great young team.
Yeah,
and Steve Simpson, someone that was an amazing player.
Yeah,
Robbie O'Davis at the back. So really good team. We lost a few key players at the end of 2000.
Yeah,
we thought that should have been a premiership for us there. We were winning 18-0
against the Roosters.
Yeah,
was that the Joey Innocent one? Yeah.
So we felt we really dropped the ball there with that one, and we came in the next year, a bit of a younger team, and we got the job done.
But you're still underdogs, weren't you, going into the grand final? Because
Yeah.
Para were the red hot. Red hot, eh?
They were scoring tries for fun.
Yeah, I actually listened to a podcast with Bobcat Ryan.
Yeah.
He played in that grand final. Yeah, and he was saying how they were.
They had a great season.
Lost 3 or 4 that year or something.
They were just flying. So, but we beat them on a Friday night in Newcastle, so that gave us good confidence.
Oh, right,
during the season. But then during Origin, we had players out, and they gave us a hiding down there. So they were going well.
Yeah. No, I remember both grand finals actually, 97 and 01. Underdogs both times.
Yeah, it's funny that.
Done,
Yeah.
Mate, here's the next one. So this is the third game.
Yeah.
The match was played at Suncorp Stadium in front of 38,000, so that's a pretty good hint of what's going on.
Yeah.
Gordon Tallis is the opposition captain. Lottie Takiri and Wendell Saylor are the opposition wingers. Brad Fittler is your captain.
Yeah. So that's going to be game. Well, could be game 1 or game 3. I think.
Game 1,
Game one.
Your debut. Your Origin debut.
Yeah.
What was it like?
Yeah, I just remember the noise hammering me when the Queensland came out really loud.
Yeah.
And then I got out there, and at fullback can be a pretty lonely place,
Yeah.
So you're back there on your own, and I hardly broke into a sweat, and Lottie Takiri's they've made a break, and Big Lottie's coming at me, and I think he stepped me, and I didn't get him, and so but look, I picked myself up well. We were caught in quicksand a little bit there. Like they got on a roll, and they were scoring a few tries. I think they got away to a good lead, and we scored a few to come back. But no, I held my gloves up and did my best, you know, and I was proud of what I did really, but disappointed, and I was grateful to get another shot in game 2.
Which was the drawn season, Booze?
Drawn.
Yeah, was there a drawn
2000?
season? Was it 2000? I thought it might have been the 01.
I think 2000. I think that's when the Blues absolutely smashed them.
Yeah.
And remember when they did the
grenade?
Yeah, the grenade. Yeah.
And then that sort of might have had Queensland seething a bit.
Yeah.
That's probably what they come out fired up.
Yeah.
And they done a job on us game 1.
Yeah.
For people that don't play the game and would have no sort of idea of what it was like, mate, when you're debuting for New South Wales and you're at Suncorp Stadium full of Queenslanders and you're the fullback and first high ball, is it just adrenaline instinct, just whatever you can do? Like what's going through your head at that point?
Actually Darren Lockyer at the time used to really lob them big wobbly spirally. So I used to be writing that, so that was in the back of my mind.
Just catch it.
Yeah,
just catch it. Yeah.
Just catch it. Yeah. Keep your eye on the ball, just like you did in under 7s.
Yeah.
Really, once you get going, it's another game, I guess. But just the pace of the game's quick. You look up. Sometimes in games you might clock watch a bit, and you've got time to have a look at the clock. But all of a sudden you look at the clock, and there's 4 minutes to go till half time, and really quick.
Do you ever life moves quick, right? Booze? Do you ever sit around and look back on your career at all? I asked Bedsy this, and he said it's probably something he wishes he does more. Do you ever sort of sit back and think of all those times?
I don't really. I enjoyed watching some highlights of the 2001 season with the 2001 boys there in a reunion. That was a really good moment.
Yeah.
We had all the highlights and watched that. But I don't. It's funny, not too much. I mean, you guys probably get sick of hearing about 97 and 2001. And it does get said a lot. But it was just a glorious time for us, so it's hard not to talk about it. But they were wonderful times, and I certainly will never forget them,
What I love about talking to people like Mark and Bedsy and all those guys, like, when we were kids, like, we looked up to you guys. You guys were superheroes to us. So to be able to talk to about this stuff, we're, like, just buzzing about talking about stuff. And you guys are just so down to earth, so modest, so great. You know what I mean? Like, you know, it was, just catch the ball like you did at under sevens. And I'm going, how was it like to play Origin? Blah, you know what I mean? Like, so, to sort of be able to work with you guys and meet you guys and talk about that stuff, and you guys are so down to earth and cool about it. You know, it's awesome.
I think we had great leaders in the club that really helped us with that. You know, like, you know, you've both been around Chief. You know, so you learn from these leaders. And then you sort of try and be like them, and that's all we did. And I think they rubbed off on us.
How good's Chief, eh?
Yeah.
You walk away with Chief for talking to him for 2 minutes, and you just feel better. Yeah, like, it's so weird.
And he just has that thing about him. Oh, he walks in a room and you're just like
presence, eh?
That's the man.
He's just the blast. And I was pleased to help him out of a sticky situation in the 97 celebration.
So that's what I wanted to ask, because I was with Johnsy today, Jack Johns. I said, I wonder if you got any dirt on Booze. And he goes, well, the reason he's got his nickname because was it Chief promised to have a beer with? Oh, obviously it's a bit extreme, but he said I'd have a beer with everyone in Newcastle, and it was about 5 days later, and a bunch of security guards were trying to carry Chief, and none of them could get him. And little Boozy with his 78 kilo frame just chucks Chief over his shoulder. Goes, "Come on, mate." Is that true?
So we were obviously very keen to party, and have fun with the whole town, like the whole town was. Yeah. And it came down to midweek. It might have been Wednesday or Thursday, and somehow we ended up at the Empire, which was a 24-hour venue at the time. Yeah. I think it was karaoke. So we're in there, and he's sitting on a stool next to the toilet door, and he sort of has a bit of a doze off, and it's sort of blocking the way in. So I sort of felt that I needed to step up for my skipper, my leader. This is my chance to be a leader. So I went over and I put him over my arm and got him up. And like you said, two different sides. I tell people that it looked like the Winfield Cup. The two of it. And as I get him up, everyone in the thing stand up and they applaud their leader. There was massive applause.
Standing O.
And I'm wobbling him out, and we get out onto the footpath, and I lost control. And we both fell, and luckily I manoeuvred him to be a cushion. He took the hit. He's a front rower. Yeah, he's a front rower. And cushioned the blow, and then put him in a taxi. And,
that's so good.
And it's funny, like, you know, amazing leader, and now become, you know, one of my greatest mates in life, and what he's done for me in the foundation, like, and continues to do, is really special.
Oh, so good, mate.
Hey, mate, as Craig said earlier, you know, we parked the foundation stuff, but we're gonna pick it back up now. You did mention earlier when the NRL came in and started to help out, it really took off. It's in its 7th season now in the partnership with the NRL. How did that all originate? How did that all come about, and what do you remember at that time?
Yeah, so the Knights let us put the beanies into a ground before the NRL Beanie Round. Yeah. So the players didn't run on the field, but we were selling them in the crowd once. So that was just the Knights giving us a go. Yeah. And we thought, you know, it was just be a great thing. Yeah. So, it was good the Knights did that for us, but we wanted to go to the next level. We felt like this would be great around the NRL. And then Matt Callender, a Channel 9 executive, he fell sick. So he got in contact with me, and we went down, we had meetings, and he quickly really had the fire in his belly, because he was in a real battle. Yeah. He wanted to make a difference, and he opened a lot of doors for us. Yeah, great. And then it was born, and you know, it all went from there. The players' buy-in has been unbelievable to this day. Yeah. And that's the big thing. If the leaders, you know, you guys, the leaders, aren't keen on it, it's not going to work. Yep. So everyone gets behind it. Coaches, players, ball boys, doesn't matter. Everyone's happy to wear a beanie.
Yep. Can I ask about some of the stuff that maybe the people don't see away that the foundation does? Like, I believe you went to Everest. Was that was all? And recently, Chris Badiris, I know they went down to Tasmania. I think they did a walk. Can you sort of talk like about some of the activities that are done away from sort of the rugby league circle?
So Billy Peden and Chief decided several years ago that we needed to do a challenge, get together and raise money. So we started that. Now everyone pays their own way on these treks, and then we all raise money. Yep. You know, my grandma might give me $10, someone $1,000. It all starts to add up. Yep. We did Kokoda. We went to one side of Kokoda. We rode our mountain bikes 120 Ks. Then we walked Kokoda. Then we did another 40 Ks on our bike. It was an amazing experience.
Yeah, wow.
And we just went, wow, this is awesome. We've got to keep doing this. We then went to over to Nepal and did base camp.
Yeah, base camp.
Matty Johns joined us on that one. Steve Menzies joined us. Matt and Kirk Gidley. Bedsy was there.
Was Chief there?
Chief was there.
Yeah, Chief was there.
So we went. That was our first taste of altitude up in the high altitude.
Yeah.
And we did that. That was an amazing experience.
What did that? What was that all about? The base camp stuff. What did you do
It's
there?
just another challenge.
It's just another challenge.
Yeah.
You're just walking up a mountain.
Yeah, okay,
get to the
gotcha.
top,
Yeah.
get down. That's,
gotcha.
People go to the top of Everest. That's another level.
Yeah.
This is still a tough level, 5,000 metres above sea level. Steve Crow got quite sick. We helicoptered him off.
Oh, geez,
Yeah,
cool.
wow.
Yeah. Then we did Borneo, a place called Borneo. We then did Mount Kilimanjaro in Africa.
Yeah.
Wow.
We've done Darwin. We rode bikes in Darwin. And this year we're going to Island Peak in October, which is higher than base camp. So it's 6,000 metres above sea level.
Yeah, right.
Biggest challenge yet. Bedsy's coming along. So
Is
we're
he?
excited for that. Billy Peden will be there. We've got 20 people or so.
Yeah.
So that's our next adventure.
Yeah, and there's always little side things too, like the boys rode to Mudgee.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So that's
yeah.
Kurt. Kurt is a big part of the foundation. Kurt Gidley did a ride with a few of the boys.
Yeah.
Little things like that.
There's always
there's
something
things going
happening.
on.
Yeah, yeah.
The women's trek to Tasmania was amazing.
Yep.
Now they're going to do one to Kokoda next year. All raising money. There's people doing stuff all the time.
Yeah, it's so good, mate.
Yeah, how does that make you feel? You know, obviously a week like this is going to be huge for you guys with the support that you get, but just having that year round and all these blokes are your mates, you know what I mean? Like, and they're constantly giving you support, giving the foundation support. It must mean a lot to you.
Yeah, it means a lot. So much. There's just people wanting to help all the time. Yeah, they just everywhere I go, there's help and support. There's care. So it keeps me energized, keeps me feeling good. So I love just challenging myself and to stay up. Stay enthusiastic and I've got a life to live as well. I've still got scans to have. I've got kids, so I've got to get that life balance right.
Here's a question for both of you, actually. So, Boozy, you came in and addressed the boys, and you do that every year leading into the game this week. Croaks, you've been here, a few years now. For the playing group, what's it mean to have Boozy to come in to address you before?
It lights you up a fair bit, to be honest. Like, I think it puts a lot of things in perspective. Sometimes you go about life and you just sort of you complain about the things that don't matter.
Yeah.
And we had Booze come in with a bloke named Adrian, was it Booze?
Yeah.
And they both told this. Booze's story's been told. And so I got Adrian to tell his part. And this is just a bloke that works every day and he has to suffer from brain. And then it just puts things into perspective.
Yeah.
You walk away and you go, geez, my life ain't that
it's
bad.
not that bad.
Oh, mate. And, you text your family, say you love them and stuff like that. It just lights you up. It's really, really good. And so glad to be a part of it. And I'm glad to play for the club that Booze played for.
Yeah.
It's really special.
And like from the staff perspective too, we have the exact same thing. We're in the room, and as you said, Adrian, like just how he spoke about it was so just positive, light-hearted. Like he's talking about having brain surgery and stuff. Like it was just something he'd walk down the road to do in his lunch break or something. But that scares me thinking about even doing anything remotely to that.
I think everyone sort of, whenever you start feeling sorry for yourself, go find someone that's always, my old boy always used to say, there's someone worse off. There's always
100%.
someone worse off. And, whenever you're feeling sorry for yourself, just go down and find out what the real problems in the world
100.
are. So.
Well, boys, we're going to take a quick break. We'll be back after this. We're going to do some fan questions.
Sweet.
So we'll be back on Knights HQ. Don't miss a minute of our 2023 NRLW season with our 5-game NRLW membership. Gain exclusive access to attend the Round 1 Captain's Run, a 2023 NRLW adult or junior member pack, $20 to spend in the night shop, discounts on merchandise, and more. Visit knightshub.com.au or call the membership team on 1300 4. Welcome back to Knights HQ podcast, brought to you by Maxwell Recruitment and Training. I'm Jay Nelson. I'm here with Matt Croker, and our special guest today is Mark Boozy Hughes from the Mark Hughes Foundation. It's Beanies for Brain Cancer Round.
Sure is.
Hughesy, how can I get a beanie? How can you do it? Where are they available?
So best off going to Lowe's right across Australia. Selected IGAs are on the Mark Hughes Foundation website. I think the Knights supporter shop's got them as well. So get your beanie, $25.
If you're watching the YouTube version, we all have them on at the moment.
Do not miss them.
Comfy as, great time of year.
I've got mine from years back. Do you remember the old grey ones? They didn't have the pom-pom thing, and they just sort of like
they were good. Couple of lines across them.
Yeah, I got so many of them just stored up.
Yeah, it's funny. They only last about 10 months, and you need to replace them.
with the next season. Love it.
All right, boys. So we're going to do some fan questions. We went out on our Instagram account and asked people to send in some stuff. So our first question is from Kingstagram91, and he asked, if you had to pick which year was your better or better yet, which one would you go back to, 97 or 01?
Oh wow, it's that obviously gets asked a lot, that question. I say it's a bit like choosing between your kids. Two amazing moments. Being the first one, 97 was just. It was just unbelievable, wasn't it? And then 2001 was a big year for me. I was 24. I played Origin that year. So I've maybe 97 just because it was the first time.
First time.
Jeez.
I guess you go 97 for the team aspect, and 01 for the personal achievement that you had that year.
Probably.
Okay, this next one comes from KB. Her boys and a little lady asks, what do you miss most about playing footy?
The camaraderie, I probably get said a lot, but just the mateship.
Yeah.
We'd train, we'd do gym, whatever, then where are we going for lunch? I just to miss that. And, I just love the off-season, train really hard Saturday morning. What's on the day, boys? Going for go to the races or just fun stuff like that. So, that camaraderie.
Yeah, it's so good, isn't it? Like me, I bumped into Beds the other day. We just finished captain's run, and that's always like a really good time when you finish captain's run. And it's still early because you haven't done much, and everyone's going, what are we doing? And just the nerves start happening for the game. That's the best. Oh, it's the best feeling.
Little tickle,
So good.
This next one's from Dan_Jua. He asks, what are some of the most inspiring stories you've heard or witnessed in starting the foundation?
Good question.
Yeah, great question. Look, I meet inspiring people like, the one fella passed away. He didn't get to meet his, firstborn child. There'll be a couple of people doing the Big 3 trek. One lady, she lost her husband. He was from out at Curry, where I'm from. He was in his early 30s, mid-30s, and 2 children under 5.
Yeah, wow.
Just, but she's fighting on and she's supporting the foundation. And, so come across a lot of inspirational people that, even though it can't help their situation, they still want to help. So that's real courage.
Well, look in the mirror, Booze is a pretty inspiring fella there, eh?
Yeah,
last one, mate, comes from Carolina. She asks, how many beanies do you have at home? I can imagine your garage pretty
got the full collection. And then so if we don't get all these ones sold, I won't be able to park my car because of the boxes of beanies in the thing. So please buy a beanie so I can park my car.
Well, look, that's all we've got for you today, Booze, mate. Thanks so much for coming in.
Honestly.
As Matt said, we echo that sentiment, mate. I know how busy you are this week. So to come in and give us some of your time is something that we really, really, thankful for. So thank you, mate.
Pleasure to be here, boys. And great job, getting our fans and getting them insights into the players. And that's very important because, as we know, you see this player out in the field for 80 minutes, but they're not robots and they've got lives and different things. So to bring that to the fans is a really good thing. So well done. Beanies off to you.
Thanks again, Booze.
Mate.
Love catching up with you, mate.
You can subscribe and leave a review on Apple, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts. You can also subscribe to our YouTube channel. Full video versions of all the podcasts go up there, so you can subscribe and hit the bells and get notifications when a new video drops. There's also heaps happening around the Knights every week, so to stay up to date with all that, our club website is there, or our social media channels, and our handle for all social media is @NRL Knights. Again, I'm Jay. I'm here with Matt.
See you next week.
Mark.
Thanks again, Booze. Thanks, everyone.